Hi there. This is your second short story tutorial. Short story 1 is separate because there was a lot to explain there. So now we're going to look at basically the structure for short stories 2, 3, and 4. If you look on your website, it has SS2 assignment, SS2 story, SS2 Dropbox. That's the same for the remaining stories. But there are also tutorials and there are also supports under the short story supports. So I'm going to look at this, and I've already opened it. So I've got it open here, and it basically tells you what there is in store for you with this assignment, how to approach it. So there are two parts. You're going to look at how to write a literary paragraph, and you're also going to get a video lesson. This is a video lesson, this is a screencast. Then you're going to look at outlining, two main different forms that are used, traditional, hierarchical, and the concept map. Then we're going to look at a full literary example using The Father in Domestic Flurries by Thomas King, which is your short story 2. In your assignment, you will discuss your mother. In the example, the father will be discussed. So in terms of organizing your ideas, you might just make a short chart, talk about who are we talking about, the character is the father, how are we going to outline the classic or the concept, and then we're going to create a paragraph example. So topic, discuss the father's character and domestic flurries. So classic basic outline would look a bit like this. Go through the story, look at the examples of what the father does and says and what others say about him. This is how character is revealed, even in real life. How do we find out about other people? By what they say, by what others say about them, by what they do. Those are the key factors with characters in a story as well. Then we try to decide about one overall main idea. Remember, we had to write a topic sentence, and here we write a topic sentence that states one main idea about the father that's big enough that we could write a whole paragraph about him. So if we said the father is an uncertain man, that's a good idea. There's lots to say, and it certainly fits the character of the father in the story. Then just jot down the ideas that you might use to support that. So for example, he's an outsider, he's a bit of a troublemaker, he has difficulty relating to his wife. Clearly there's some problems as he's been asked to leave, and there's still some interest with the parents in one another, and the son very much enjoys his father's company, at least at the beginning. So here, in a little brief table that sometimes can help you organize your ideas, here it says character analysis detail example. So say he's an outsider, then you need to prove it. So you prove it by finding details in the story that will prove it. Lives elsewhere. It appears he was asked to leave, and we're never told why, so it isn't necessarily good. He's a troublemaker. He takes his son to see the play when he was explicitly told not to. There's a difficult relationship, there's some estrangement between the parents, and so on. So that's the traditional outlining organization, but you might also use concept mapping, and some people really enjoy it. So basically in the center of the concept map you have the character, and then you write details about that character around it. So for example, you might say the character is accepting, and you still need to prove it, you still need to find details, and you add those on there as well. Then from here, you think about some more main ideas and what you like the best. He's immature, he can't express himself, he's not skilled, and pick which you can support the best. Now we're going to look at the full example. So this is an example standalone literary paragraph. In the example, we're going to look at the father in Domestic Flurries by Thomas King. Then in your assignment, you're going to write about the mother in Domestic Flurries by Thomas King. So this gives you a good example of what the assignment will look like. So the topic sentence, the father in Domestic Flurries by Thomas King is an uncertain man. You need to introduce the title and the author, but that could be in the second sentence or the first one. So our main idea is the father is an uncertain man, and we need to present details to support that. First, he's an outsider in his own immediate family. His son meets him once a week after school and notes that this is made easy as, my father hadn't gone very far. He's been made to leave the family home, yet had some need to stay near his wife and son. When the father asks after the mother, his questions show his concern and interest in the mother. How's your mother end? She got any boyfriends? He shows some anxiety and a need to keep her away from other possible partners. There seems to be a friendly relationship between father and son that involves going to the barber, going out for dinner, and then secretly spying on the mother's acting. There is a clear bond between the father and son as they agree to keep quiet about sneaking in to see the play. The father is the instigator, as he wants to see his wife perform, and he also doesn't want to get into trouble, so he swears the boy to secrecy. The father is a bit of a troublemaker because of this action, and also because the father clearly seeks to get the attention of the wife by dressing up, even in his wedding suit, and then sitting prominently in the second row as she performs in a play. Here she will see that he has taken their son with him in defiance of her wishes. His behavior is unfair and childish. The mother is unhappy. When she's speaking with her mom, Granny asks, "You still drink?" This comment about the father provides the information that might explain why the father is out on his own, despite a clear desire to be back at home with his wife and son. His immature and unpredictable behavior and disregard for her wishes likely put him in further on the outside. His common response to his son is, "I don't know, ask your mother." He isn't a confident man, and it doesn't seem his efforts won her over. In response to her son's question of whether or not Dad will be coming home, she replies, "Life is full of surprises. Some good and some bad." In this case, things don't look too good for the father. And so that's a tight little paragraph, and it shows in the end that he's also uncertain. So that's what you're looking for. And the next page is your assignment, which is SS2. So what are you doing? You're going to look at the same story and you're going to write a one-paragraph response. This gives you sort of a step-by-step strategy. And your topic is using the mother in Domestic Flurries by Thomas King. State one clear idea about character, or you could use theme. Then write one paragraph with a topic sentence and a concluding sentence, and then you'll submit that. You might use this outline or you might not. That's up to you, but what I'm looking for is the paragraph response. Remember to use the naming protocol. Good luck and happy writing. Remember, you can always email me if you have questions or concerns, and I will respond to you as fast as I can. And thank you for your attention, and that brings out the end of SS2 tutorial.